Welcome to another Flow with Tarot segment. Am I gonna have to put on my sunglasses? I actually, you know what? I love the sun so much. I love the heat so much. Where sometimes I feel like the sunglasses just get in my way of absorbing the energy of this beautiful sun. But okay, anyway, y'all didn't come here to hear me gloat about being in the sun and sitting in the sun. You came here to talk about tarot. You came here to perhaps get some inspiration that you can apply to your own spiritual practice. Perhaps you came here to get some knowledge on how to approach tarot yourself or even oracle cards, okay? Which we're going to get into. I think I'll probably do a separate segment on oracle cards too. I have a dragon oracle deck that I love. That's a beautiful set. But anyway, so we're here. So I've already pulled that out this card. This is the last or one of two cards that we have left. So after this card, we've got one more card to talk about. The Queen came out to play, all right? And what can we say about the Queen of Cups? I feel like right now, the first thing that comes to me is number one, we know that the cups represents water. Water, we can look at it as a reminder to be in flow, to watch our resistance level and pay attention to what we are resisting and why we are resisting it. Water, the nature of water, it's also a charge. I don't want to say it, the word assignment comes to mind, but not in a rigid way. It's a charge. We can use water to charge our magic. We can use water to charge ourselves. We can charge our water with our words. Did you know that? I think I've talked about this before on this channel overall. But you can use the power and your connection with water, because we are what, 80-85% water, okay? I've actually heard the range 75 to 85%. The point is, the majority of our makeup is water. And so we're reminded to use that to our benefit. We can charge our vessels. We can charge the water that's in our vessels with our words. We can literally charge a glass of water, the glass of water that we drink, with our words, okay? The Queen of Cups, and I'm going back to the idea of being rigid. The Queen of Cups reminds us to celebrate our results, the results of our inspired action, the results of our rituals, the results of our spells, the results of our spiritual work, yet at the same time, not be rigid to say, I have to keep taking action in this way to get this desired result. For example, the Queen of Cups reminds us to celebrate our results, but to also remember, okay, even though I lit this candle underneath a full moon to do this full moon ritual for whatever your intention was, so now I have to do that ritual the same way again. No. Allow your practice to expand. Flow with your practice. Allow your practice to not be rigid. Allow your practice to be flexible. So yes, observe your results. Take stock, yes, of what worked, of what you did, of what you used, of what your intention was, of what your energy of. Take stock of all that. Embrace and receive. In a sense, sit back and receive, knowing that what you've done has worked because everything that you do prospers. No, because everything that you work, because your hands are powerful, your hands are magical, that you are a vessel of power, that you are a vessel of magic because you hold water, okay? Sitting in that, but also understanding that the way that you do things can be expanded. What you did on a Tuesday in 2026, you may decide to do something else on Tuesdays in 2027. Okay? I know that sounds like a silly example, but I'm using that to illustrate what I'm getting at here. Also, the Queen of Cups, there's this level of knowing and a level of confidence, and confidence doesn't seem, I'm looking for a more powerful word, because what I'm feeling, I'm feeling strength, but not in the strength in the struggle sense, because and the reason I'm saying that is because society will tell us you're strong based on what you can endure. You're strong based on how much struggle you can persist through. And we become rigid in that definition of what strength is. There is a strength in knowing that when you are in flow with your spirituality, when you are in flow with your soul, when you are in flow with your spirit, there's this easefulness that comes in your life. There is this whimsical nature, this whimsical energy that you start to feel in your life. There is this playful energy that comes in your life. When I woke up this morning, the first word that came to me, and it was very interesting, was the word whimsical. I was thinking, okay, whimsical. Okay, so whimsical means playful. It means easeful. It also means quirky, almost strange. And let's talk about strange for a second. When you are in tune with your heart, in tune with knowing who you are, in tune with your magic, in tune with your soul, in tune with your spirit, you tend to be expressed, and you tend to do things in a way that do seem strange and out of the ordinary, because you just do things different. When you're in tune with your spirit, when you're in tune with your spiritual technology, you do things different because you're in tune with your intuition. And all the time, most of the time, your intuition and your spirit will have you taking action in a way that goes beyond the traditional way of doing things. The way that you live your life, someone on the outside looking in, it can look strange, it can look odd, because they're wondering, well, how is this person, how is she getting the results that she's getting? And it doesn't seem like she's taking action like, the normal action, whatever normal is. Normal being the action that is acceptable by society. It doesn't seem like, she's using the strategies. It seems like she's doing something different. And that can be weird. It can look strange to other people. When you're just simply sitting in your knowing. You're simply sitting in flow. You're allowing your magic to flow. You're allowing your magic to be expressed. You're allowing your spirituality to be the backbone of everything that that you're doing. And people from the outside looking in, they see that and they don't have the language for it, but you know what's happening. And so you have to sit in that. And there's a strength that comes in sitting with that when you know you have people that are looking at you like, what is happening here? There is a strength in being able to maintain that, to hold that, to be at peace with your expression, to be at peace with your spirit, to be at peace with your intuition. That's the strength that I'm talking about. So, that's the Queen of Cups for the moment. I could actually share some other things about the Queen of Cups, but I have a birthday party to get ready for. So let me know what your takeaways are from the Queen of Cups. Let me know how you feel, how you felt about our girl here. And also remember, finally, that I provide readings, tarot readings for a card spread. I will leave the link in the comment section for you to check out the information on how I go about my readings. Okay? So schedule some time with me. Schedule a session. All right? And until next time, be whimsical.